We call the Board of Mayor and Aldermen meeting together for Tuesday, June the 25th. First item of business is opening prayer by Pastor Nick Daniel from Providence Baptist Church. I'd ask that you would stand for the prayer, remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pastor.
Lord, it really is a privilege to stand here amongst these men and women who serve you, who put you first. I thank you for the city of Bartlett, for its leaders. And Lord, as I read the names that are in front of me, I see a group of people who want to do what's right, and they want to do what matters. And so we believe, Daniel, too, when you say that you change times and seasons, you depose kings and rulers. But Lord, you also give wisdom to the wise and knowledge to the discerning. And so I pray that we would live by this statement that is behind the mayor up here that says, "In God we trust." We thank you for him, and we thank you for tonight. And ask that you would just bless us and lead us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, will you read the future meetings into the record, please?
Family Assistance Commission, July 1st at 6 p.m. Planning Commission, July 1st at 6:30 p.m. Bartlett Station Commission, July 3rd at 7:30 a.m.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Under recognitions, do we have any scouts in the crowd? Not seeing any scouts in the crowd. I would like to recognize that we had a 35-year-plus employee that is retiring at the end of this month, and we have a plaque for Bill. Bill couldn't be with us tonight, but I did want to present that, and along with a key to the city that we have for Bill, wherever you're at. And I'll just read what's on the plaque. On the occasion of retirement from the city of Bartlett, in appreciation for your outstanding service and dedicated service to the citizens of our great city from 1989 to 2024. Mr. Bill Lloyd, thank you for your service. I did want to bring before the board and make them aware of an emergency purchase for Public Works and General Maintenance for an essential vehicle that was replaced and was deemed a total loss. We're purchasing a 2024 Dodge Ram 3500 crew cab and chassis on the state bid list at $59,900. And after insurance reimbursement, the cost to the city would be $23,447. This vehicle is used daily in the street, and the drainage system maintenance is a key and essential piece of equipment that we need to make sure that the city and Public Works is ran in an efficient manner. So I present that to you and now move to approval of the minutes. And Madam Clerk, will you read item 1 under the minutes into the record?
Minutes of the June 11th, 2024 Board of Mayor and Aldermen regular meeting.
Move we approve.
Second.
Been properly motioned and seconds. Any discussion on the minutes? Hearing no discussion. Madam Clerk, will you present the roll? Minutes from the June 11th meeting are approved, unanimous. I would, before we move to public hearings, I would make a public note that Alderman Reeves is out of town and will not be joining us tonight, along with Alderman Young. So we wish them well where they are at. So now we move to the public hearing. And Madam Clerk, will you read item number 1 and the notes preceding that?
Individuals will have a maximum of 3 minutes to speak either for or against the item, with a total of 20 minutes for each side. Item 1, Resolution 17-24, resolution approving a special use permit to allow a planned residential development to be located at 4570 Billy Mayer Road within the RS-18 single-family residential zoning district.
This is a public hearing, and anyone wishing to come forward to speak in favor in this public hearing, please come to the microphone, state your name, address for a record. Any wishing to speak against Resolution 1724, please come at this time. Seeing no one come forward, We move to item number 2, Madam Clerk.
Adjourned at 6:05. Item 2, ordinance 24-07, an ordinance to designate the Clink Home 3038 Sycamore View Road a historic landmark.
Again, anyone wishing to speak in favor, please come to the microphone at this time. Seeing no one come forward, those who wish to speak in opposition, please come forward. Seeing no one come forward, we'll adjourn the public hearing for ordinance 24-07. Moving to unfinished business, Madam Clerk, we read item number 1.
Resolution 17-24, resolution approving a special use permit to allow a planned residential development to be located at 4570 Billy Mayer Road within the RS-18 Single-Family Residential Zoning District.
You have before you Resolution 17-24. Is there a motion to approve?
Move we approve. Second.
Been properly motioned and second. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Madam Clerk, please place the roll on before the Alderman, please. Resolution 17-24 passes unanimous. Madam Clerk, item number 2.
Third reading of ordinance 24-07, an ordinance to designate the Clink Home 3038 Sycamore View Road a historic landmark.
Move we approve.
Properly motioned
Second that.
and second. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Madam Clerk, please pass the roll. Ordinance 24-07 passes unanimously. Madam Clerk, item number 3.
Second reading of ordinance 24-08, an ordinance establishing the Board Library Advisory Board. This public hearing has been set for July 9th, 2024.
If there's a need for any interpretation of that, we have Mr. Ed McKinney. If everyone is clear, Chair would entertain a motion.
So move.
Properly motioned and second. Any discussion? I will just say that this is an attempt to keep the citizens involved, and each one of the aldermen plus the mayor gets a vote to set one on this library advisory board. So thank you. And Madam Clerk, please pass the roll before us. And that passes unanimous 4-0. And now we move to consent agenda. Madam Clerk.
Item 1, bid for BPAC rooftop HVAC units. Item 2, bid for Dixon Brewer enhancements. Item 3, Planning Commission report for June 2024. Item 4, property, general liability, auto workers' compensation, and other insurance renewals. Item 5, Treasurer's report for May 2024.
I'd be remiss, I didn't hear anybody wishing to remove any item for separate discussion. Okay. So at that time, Chair would entertain a motion to approve.
Move we approve. Oops, sorry, did you say second? Second, I guess.
We've been a motion and a second. We'll let them decide who's who on that.
I don't think you had a mic on, sorry.
So, Madam Clerk, please pass that item to the board for us. Thank you, and it passes unanimous. Under new business, we have 5 items under new business, and Madam Clerk, I'd ask that you'd read item number 1.
Appoint Alan Higdon to the Bartlett Station Commission.
We have, I present for you, Mr. Allen. Please stand. Thank you, Allen. And, geez, he wants to come up and talk. Got anything you want to say, Allen? I do? I do. Thank you. Thank you. So, let's put that in the form of a motion.
So move. Second, I'll second.
And a second. And, any discussion? It's pretty obvious that this young man here has a willingness to serve, and so, I'll recognize you, Alderman.
I've worked with Mr. Higdon before when I was with Memphis in May. The guy's a great volunteer, hard worker, and I'm excited to have him taking part in the Bartlett Station Commission.
Yeah.
I think he's going to provide valuable insight.
Alderman Williams.
I just want to welcome you to the commission. I'm on the commission as well, so willing and happy to be working with you.
Alderman Quinn.
Yeah, I just want to say, welcome aboard, Alan, and he's a great neighbor, great friend, and just community advocate and hard worker, and he's going to be a real asset. So thank you for serving. Thank you for appointing him.
Alan, it looks like by the conversation that you're already there, but why don't we make it official and put the roll on the board there? And now we say thank you, Alan. And, Madam Clerk, item number 2.
Set a public hearing for July 23rd, 2024 for Resolution 19-24, a resolution approving a special use permit to allow a planned residential development to be located south of New Brownsville Road and west of Spring Tree Drive within the RS-15 Single Family Residential Zoning District.
At this time, I'd like to invite our Planning Director and Economic Developer, Ms. Kim, to the microphone, please.
Resolution 19-24 is a resolution to approve, thank you, an 8-lot, single-family residential addition onto a previously approved 42-lot Joyce's Garden Plan development. The property is located within the RS-15 Residential Single Family District. Since this is a planned development, some of the lot sizes are smaller than the normal 15,000 square feet, which is required by the RS-15 zoning district. What makes this a planned development versus a regular subdivision is that this particular subdivision will have reduced lot sizes. The lot sizes will range from 10 to 15,000 square feet, and the front yard, rear yard, and side yard setbacks will be reduced. This has gone to the Planning Commission, and it comes to you with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. Those that wish to make a motion to approve, please include the public hearing for July the 23rd.
Move to approve, set the public hearing for July 23rd.
Properly motioned. Entertain a second.
I'll second. Sorry.
Any discussion?
I have a quick question. I'm sorry, Kim, already sat down. The other phase of Joyce's Garden that's across the old Brownsville, that's the one that conforms to RS-15, right?
Yes,
Okay.
but there's a southern side that does not, so that's kind of what caused the PD application to happen.
Okay. Do you have a start date on the other?
No,
across?
they do not.
Okay.
Not
Thank
that
you.
we're aware of.
Okay. Thank you.
They've been asked several times that question. So, any more discussion? Chair hearing no discussion. Madam Clerk, please place the roll. Resolution 19-24 passes unanimously. So, Madam Clerk, item number 3.
Resolution 20-24, resolution authorizing the execution and delivery of a lease purchase agreement for the acquisition of computers for the Bartlett City School System and an agreement with the Bartlett City Board of Education for the payment of obligations under the lease purchase agreement.
Place Mr. Dick Phoebus, Director of Finance, before you.
The Bartlett Board of Education is entering into a lease agreement with Apple Computer to obtain 3,000 Apple Mac computers and 2,200 Apple iPad computers. And because the school cannot issue debt, the city has to do that on their behalf. And that's the resolution is to approve that lease purchase agreement. We also have an agreement, a memorandum of understanding with the school board. And the exception this year, the difference this year from prior years, is that the school board will make payments directly to Apple Computer rather than the city paying it and get reimbursed. So it's a direct payment from them, so there will be no cash outlay by the city. But there is an understanding that they do have funds in their budget to make those payments on an annual basis.
So we're the debt holder and they pay the bill.
Yeah.
So, is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Second.
Properly motion, second, any discussion? I hate to put you on the spot, Ms. Shirley, but would you want to kind of elaborate on where all those computers, what grades that's going to get, how many kids be getting computers?
I'm gonna let John Mitchell do that.
Okay,
Responsible for distributing and taking care of that and paying Apple, so I'm gonna let him address it.
Yeah.
okay. Please come to the microphone, please.
All the laptops will cover grades 9 through 12, and the iPads will cover grades 6th through 8th. And it's just our refresh. We have a lease with them, and we refresh every 4 years just to get those new devices, make sure our students have the updated equipment and they're able to access the things they need to.
So when this is in place, what grades will not have a computer?
All grades will still be covered. We're going to roll out some of it. Since the last round we purchased outright, we're going to roll those down to our elementary schools, and so they're going to upgrade their devices because most of their devices are about 7 or 8 years old. So this will get them devices that are 3 years old, and we'll still be at a 1-to-1 ratio pre-K through 12.
Good, thank you. I just thought the public might want to know the investment that we're making into our schools. So we've had, is there any other discussion that the board would like to, anything they'd like to say? Brad, look like you got your hand up, do you? Oh, you don't? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Phoebus. With no more discussion, Madam Clerk, please pass. Yes, ma'am. This motion passes 4-0 unanimously. So, Madam Clerk, will you read item number 4 into the record?
Resolution 21-24, resolution to amend the fiscal year 2024 grants fund budget to recognize Shelby County, Tennessee CDBG grant funding of $600,000 for Bartlett Parks Department.
Mr. Dick Phoebus.
The Shelby County has received additional funding from CDBG grant. Originally, it was $450,000 for this project. They've increased that funding by $150,000, and this resolution accepts the $150,000 and appropriates the money for this project.
I would like to just say thank you to the Shelby County for allowing us to increase that grant, because what seems to be the norm around here, everything comes back costing more than we anticipated, and so they extended their grant a little bit to help us to absorb some of that cost there for Dixon Brewer park that we have. So at this time, we'd entertain a motion to receive this $600,000 grant money.
Move we approve.
Second.
Properly motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, Madam Clerk. Resolution passes unanimously. Be surprised if it didn't. Madam Clerk, read item number 5, please.
Resolution 22-24, resolution of the City of Bartlett, Tennessee to authorize the mayor to execute an agreement by and between the City of Bartlett and Path Company LLC for project development evaluation for a renewable natural gas RNG facility at 5258 Shelter Run Lane, Bartlett, Tennessee.
At this time, I'd like to recognize Mr. Steve Sones, our Chief Administrative Officer.
So we held a work session to discuss this possibility of converting our current wastewater treatment plant into a renewable gas facility, basically entering into an agreement between the City of Bartlett and Path Company. I would ask William Franklin if he wouldn't mind just coming up. William is with Path. We met him before at the work session just to give a general overview of the project, just kind of rehash some of the points of concern.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you again for the opportunity to be here tonight, and thank you again for the opportunity to work on another project for the City of Bartlett. As a reminder to the public that may or may not remember, hopefully it was a good thing, we recently converted all the city streetlights to LEDs and just wrapped that up a few weeks back. So we're honored to participate in that project and look forward to another one. The project under discussion tonight is regarding the conversion or upgrading of existing equipment on site at your wastewater treatment plant, one of your 2 wastewater treatment plants, that would allow you guys to then capture, convert, upgrade, and insert into a pipeline renewable natural gas. Doing this will allow you guys to turn something that right now is simply a byproduct of your existing processes, turn it into a monetary asset moving forward. We've done some initial studies, worked with the city in depth to try to identify any early stage risks that we can. We believe we have a good development project and process put in place. And so tonight, we're asking for approval that we may enter into that project development agreement in such a way that we will fully develop the project. We aim to come back to the city for fully baked out project scopes and budget, engineering, off-taker agreements, et cetera, sometime around September in a way that hits the ITC or investment tax credit deadlines that we discussed in the work session. Any questions?
Chair to entertain a motion to approve Resolution 22-24.
Move to approve.
Second.
Been properly motioned. Now, is there any discussion for Mr. Will?
No, I just want to thank you for bringing all this forward. I want to thank the mayor and CAO Sones for looking at something innovative and putting us on the cutting edge of renewable energy. It's pretty exciting to see something like this coming to Bartlett, or the possibility of it, especially when it's something we're just letting out into the air. So, good capture. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Franklin.
Sure, thank you.
So, Madam Clerk? Resolution 22-24 passes unanimously. We open for, now we move to open discussion. Is there any board member have anything that they would like to discuss or announce? Seeing no one from the board, I'd like to ask Chief Golden, Assistant Chief Cox. Okay, Chief Cox. He's on the front row, didn't he? I did not see you there, Chief. I'm sorry.
Back here,
And,
behind Mr. McKinney.
This is discussion on our HyperReach, and Chief will let you know what HyperReach is and how we got here.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. You know, about a year ago this time, we had one of the worst storms ever hit our city. One of the most natural disasters I've been through in my career. And people, thousands of our residents were out of power, which means they were out of internet, out of electricity, and there was no way for us as a police department and emergency services to be able to contact them and to give them information without those services. We did after-action reviews with the mayor and Mr. Steve, and during those after-action reviews with the directors, the mayor challenged us to come up with a system to be able to notify our residents in case of a natural disaster or in case of a potential life-threatening situation. So we, with the fire department and the rest of the directors, came up with what we want to call Connect Bartlett. And Connect Bartlett is a system through HyperReach that is going to be used to notify citizens. It goes through text messages, so we can people can sign up for it. And in case of a natural disaster, case of life-threatening situations, active shooters, bomb threats, whatever it might be that we need to push out to our citizens, Connect Bartlett will be the way we do that. And that way we'll be able to reach everybody in mass quantities to give them information on how for any kind of life-saving or emergency things that they might need. In July, we're going to be doing a campaign to get people to sign up. You're going to see a Connect Bartlett campaign come out on social media through the city of Bartlett, Bartlett Police Department, Bartlett Fire Department. Wherever we have events, you're going to have a sign-up campaign, and citizens will be able to sign up to get these alerts that are going to be passed through Bartlett Connect. And so I just want to challenge the citizens to really sign up for it and to give us an opportunity to serve you the best way we can by being able to notify you during life-threatening situations and natural disasters. So we look forward to doing that, and you'll be able to see a QR code and a text message up here on the screen. And if you hit that QR code, it'll take you to HyperReach, and you'll be able to sign up. Any questions?
Quite ironic, Chief. If I'm not mistaken, it was about this time when it hit exactly 1 year ago today.
I believe you're exactly right, Mayor. I believe, actually, Alderman Williams told me that this afternoon.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't even think about
David, it took him a year to do this, didn't it?
We was waiting till Matt got all the trash cleaned up. But he
That just finished yesterday, wasn't it?
No. I'm very, let me clear that up very quick. I'm very proud of the responsiveness of our public works to get those 180,000 cubic yards of debris picked up, which is the largest amount of debris. Did I get that right, Matt? 181, excuse me. 181,000. That's a whole lot of firewood for somebody. But anyway, want to thank y'all. I'm excited about this project. We just we want to try to always do what we can to improve. And I would be remiss without saying thank you to County Commissioner Mick Wright, who secured the funds. He secured enough funds for us to fund that for the next 3 years, and along with some other pieces of equipment that the fire, some red lights, some portable red lights, some battery backup for some red lights, and some Jaws of Life, I think, where's Chief, was Jaws of Life, is that what it was? So fire got some stuff, police got some stuff, and some different street lights. But anyway, thank you for that report.
Yes,
You'll find that that QR code on a lot of things coming forward at a lot of our city events, and Todd will be sure that he makes that available for y'all to see. So at this time, I'd like Ms. Dana with Avenue to come up to kind of give us a report on the library system. And announce our head librarian.
That's right. Welcome. Thank you for having me. We are delighted to introduce Felicia Knox. She is our new director for the Bartlett Public Library.
Miss Dana, you may want to pull that mic down a little bit. There you go.
Thank you. Felicia brings just a wealth of experience, both in public libraries, and she joined us recently from Rhodes College, has also served as a teacher in a number of school districts, including Shelby County. She is a Bartlett resident, and her parents were native Memphians, and so she's very familiar with the community. So she's been with us for a couple weeks now doing our onboarding transition. We've got an amazing team that will be starting. They've already started with us, but they'll be starting for Bartlett in the library July 1st. And so we're kind of saying what's going to be happening is we're bringing some more cowbell to the library. And so we do have these are just hot off the press. This kind of reminds me of like Willy Wonka, when there's just the golden ticket and you have your golden library card. But in these bags is the fresh Bartlett Public Library cards. And so they won't be active until you actually come in and show your ID. But we do have all the information that came over for your current card holders, and we'll be just having a great bunch of people there that first week and beyond to welcome citizens in so they can get their first Bartlett Public Library card. So with that, we'll give you some little library cowbell.
Thank you. Did the library in Starkville donate those bells? Oh.
Oh, here you go. If you have a favorite number, just let us know. Here we go.
All right, Alderman, can I have your attention? So at the count of three, let's ring our bells. 1, 2, 3.
We will see you in the library.
Thank you. I'd like to get our Director of Community Events and our Chief Public Information Officer tag team to come up and talk about what's in store this next week.
Well, this Friday is Food Truck Friday, so we're excited about that. We have some good ones and some new ones. We have a new one called the Happy Brunch, who we just secured today, so we're kind of excited about that one. The Fry Guy's back, 901 Eats. I don't have my glasses, Todd.
Do you want me to say it?
Genre. I never say that.
901 Eats and Treats. Mr. Casa is back, the Fry Guy, and since it's going to be hot, our Triana's Italian Ice is there to keep us cool.
Mm.
But we have another great event that's happening a week from tomorrow. It's 4th of July. So we're so excited. July 3rd is coming up. It's a week from tomorrow. And our fireworks are going to be at the Bobby K. Flaherty Municipal Center, as always. We have our concessions there. We've changed it up a little bit so we can have more space in the area. We're excited. Kevin Page and Kevin and Bethany Page are going to be there, along with our Bartlett Community Concert Band is going to be there. So we're excited. Come out, see us. Get there a little early so you don't have to worry about parking. And anyway, I can't believe it's 4th of July.
Yeah.
So
The forecast looks good. It's cooling down.
I hope it cools down. Okay.
Oh, me.
And all that information is on all of our social media sites, along with some FAQs, maps, and different things like that. We just got it this afternoon.
Todd, do you have anything you want to add?
No, sir.
Okay. All right. Yes, you got it. All right. Good. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Is any other director wish to come to the mic? Seeing no one else come to the mic, any citizen will have up to 3 minutes at the time which a buzzer will sound. Then they must sit down. We've got a total time limit for open discussions, 20 minutes. Is there any citizen that would like to come forward and state their name and address for the record, please?
Good evening. Mr. Mayor Parson, the City Commissioners, and Ms. Penny, thanks for taking my call. My name is Virginia Haley Bridgeforth Sanders. My address is 6927 Bishop Snow Cole. I've been a resident of Bartlett for the last 16 years. I'm a graduate of the University of Memphis, Southwest Community College, and Messick Vocational Technical School. I currently work for Methodist Labana Healthcare Systems as a quality review specialist. On Sunday, June 1st, 2024, on Father's Day, I was headed to West Tennessee Veterans Cemetery to pay respects to my in-laws, Mr. and Mrs. Roosevelt Sanders. Slowly approaching the intersection of Kirby Whitten and Yale, I see police officers running from west to east to the crash site. A truck and a small red car. Once we got through the intersection, I see a young black male lying on the sidewalk in a sleeping position. His head was facing east and his leg position was facing westward. There were several people, 3 or 4, standing over the body, but no one was assisting him. As a healthcare professional, I could not assist him either. Sadly, this sight remains in my mind. Every day I drive up and down Kirby Whitten. I'm cautious, I'm nervous. I'm entering the intersection at Yale and Kirby Whitten. Even while driving the speed limit, I'm scared. In 2019, there were 80 accidents at Yale and Whitten. In 2020, there were 56 accidents at Yale and Whitten. In 2021, there were 55 accidents. In 2022, there were 63 accidents. In 2022, I got ahead of myself, I'm sorry. In 2022, there were 63 accidents. In 2023, there were 57 accidents. Thus far, in 2024, there have been 30 accidents at Yale and Kirby Whitten, totaling 339 accidents at Yale and Kirby Whitten within a 5-year span. I would like to recommend a solution, not now, but maybe in the future, by implementing flashing lights or adding speed bumps 50 yards before approaching the intersection in either direction, that's north and south or east and west. Prayerfully, this will get the driver's attention to reduce their speed or focus on the intersection. Over a 2-year period.
The time's up, but you can finish your sentence.
Yes, sir. Over a 2-year period, if the crash accidents have been decreased, if so, by implementing flashing lights or speeding bumps, this solution would potentially be a successful outcome and save lives.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, thank you for coming. We want a successful outcome, and I will get with our police and our fire department and see what we can do to reduce that, because we definitely want a reduction in traffic accidents around here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for coming. Anybody else? Seeing no one going once, twice, 3 times, no one wish to come to the mic and speak at this time, we'd have a motion to adjourn the board meeting for Tuesday, June the 25th.
So moved.
Been properly motioned, properly seconded. Thank you folks for coming.